Hey everyone, Con here from the Dobbers, and today we've got the guy who waters the plants. This time weaseled his way into yet another video, this time by top cutting at the recent regionals. How's it going, Adam?
I'm glad getting top cuts is weaseling my way in there, Connor. That's very good. I am not bad, thank you. Knackered from the very long drive back up still, but yes, happy to make top eight again.
Yeah, it was a decent drive. I think the drive was actually better this time round, even though it was a
Aye,
longer distance.
it's a longer difference, but when my car's twice the size, you're not crammed in the back like sardines. Yeah, I can imagine it's a bit better.
Yeah, yeah, it was a nice cruise. Right, so we'll go into the obvious stuff. Right, what were you playing at regionals?
I was playing Godzilla on Chaos, unsurprisingly. About half the people there, I believe, or sorry, 30% almost people were doing the same thing.
Yeah, I think so, wasn't
You were
it?
the only one on there.
20. No, there was other Earth Godzillas.
I just don't believe you.
No, there was, because somebody came up and says, "Oh, you're representing us, Earth Godzillas," and I said, "Aha, I've already been eliminated." So yeah, no, there was a few. I don't know how many, but from the 17 something Godzillas there was, I've got a feeling 15 of them were on Chaos.
Probably, yeah. Chaos was the favourite symbol for the weekend.
Yeah. Right, so how did you get to picking Godzilla?
So, as you know, because you were part of the desk group, I was testing Krasu for weeks still. And he just wasn't going anywhere. He was running into Godzilla, he was running into a woman, he was running into King Ghidorah and just dying because 20 health and not enough defense. He's got no defense on face and no other ability than just damage on face. When I swung, I could kill if I could get in, but if it didn't happen, I melted badly. So that had me pivot away from him into Woman and Godzilla with the two decks I started testing. The Woman deck I thought was really interesting, could do a lot of damage, just for some reason wildly inconsistent. It was doing 500 problems like it was no tomorrow in every test game, which took me back to Godzilla. And I started off with the Gigantification Swing Godzilla. Bit of fun, all slam attacks. I had sludge and everything in there for weird slam attacks that I've stun and everything. And then 2 days before the regionals, so I think it was on the no, the Thursday, I decided, Adam, take your gratification swing out your deck, take Sludge out your deck, put Black Abyss in there, and put the Fixing Dagger in there instead, and actually play the deck properly. A little bit of changes to the foundation base, and that was about it. Borrowed some cards, and that was me away. I maybe had 4 or 5 games of the deck, and it was just funner, more consistent, and when it went off, kind of thing. I went into it very much going, we'll play something fun, and we'll see how well we do. There
Yeah,
was no
no.
grand plan,
And just see where it took you. Totally.
pretty much.
So with you then finally picking Godzilla, you go on Chaos. What give us a rundown of your day then? How was your
So
how was your 6 round?
So the 6 rounds went pretty well. The first round, I think most people, is the most terrifying round of all. First and last round, probably the worst rounds for everyone. I went into the first round up against Joe Turner, who I've played a bunch of other times before, and was a good guy. So he was playing Bakugo 4. So I went into that game knowing that I couldn't actually give him any room to breathe because Bakugo can do 34 damage in one turn. It's not hard for him in the slightest. Luckily, I didn't have any damage reduction in the deck other than Broken Psyche. So I didn't need to worry about triggering it in my turn by mistake, and it really just was swing to win kind of thing. I can't remember who went first, but the game did go went 2-1 to me. I won up game one. Yeah, no, sorry, I won game one. Can't remember who went first. Joe won game two. I came back and won game three. And it's just Godzilla playing out cards. Just most of the decks that you know yourself as low attacks, and eventually you just half blocking or taking the hits at one point.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. So you get the round one win, which is good. I think that's always the worst round.
Yes, if the nerves were
Because
off, well, okay,
yeah.
we've won the first one, round to the next.
So who did you play in round two?
So round two, I think I was. If everyone that won round one, I think I went 2-1 and got paired into the top tiebreaker
Oh,
person. So the top person who tied, I paired into them. I think I've forgotten the name. I do apologise. You did have blue here. I think it was Tom was his name. I can't entirely remember, so I do apologise if you see this. They were playing Ryuku on all, I believe, and having seen Matt's Ryuku deck, I know again I couldn't take the deck lightly at all because it could just start throwing attacks and checking sixes, and you die to the same 6 attacks, and that's it. You're just dead. I did go 2-0 in that one with Godzilla, though he did get me on the ropes after game one. In game one, I formed Godzilla, destroyed the board because he had about 10 foundations to my 4. I drew a dead hand, about to form, reset the board. We'll build back up again, we'll hit you next turn. So I had no cards in hand after playing 2 foundations. He put me from 20 to 5 because it's Ryuku, so he just checked 6s off the top. And generally, he just had to check a 5, commit Ryuki, and he would have killed me, but he checked a 3. So the only reason I lived that round was one bad check in it. And then one out round 2 as well against them. So it was a bit of a nail biter to start with, but still a good second game.
Yeah, fair. So then round 3, before we go
Round
to
3,
lunch.
round 3, I got paired into Sam Turner. I think that's his name, Joe's brother, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
And he was on Rodan, and we sat down quite happily to play, and then Gail appeared and went, "You're on webcam." Which we both went, "Oh no, why? No one likes being on webcam." So we moved over to the other side of the hall to play, and the first thing Sam says, "Oh, I'm undefeated on webcam." I was like, "Great, that's good to know. Thanks very much." Did this go 2-1 again? I think it did, though I can't remember which way around it was for it. However, there was one round where I had my sideboard built pretty much to deal with Rodans as best as I could as Godzilla. So the sideboard was bringing more pass through walls and bringing out Gently Theft, which is a 4 mid for 8, 5 Deathful Flash. If you have a momentum, they discard a card, or if you have City Rampage out, it's 5 mid 12. Rodan is all about doing his E to get minus speed. So my entire game plan was don't give him that ability. Play Deception Dagger, play Gently Theft, and hit him. It's pretty much the long and short of that. I believe we went 1-1 into round 3. And it was either round 2 or 3. I made my big mistake where I looked down at my foundations, thought I had the foundation. It said E commit reset this attack printed speed, speed 2 printed, and I went ahead and did that. It wasn't until I was trying to move on to the next card that Stream caught that it wasn't that card I had in the staging area at all. It was Skronk I had down, aggressive. What's it called? I can't remember what it's called. I know the card is Skronk, and I think everyone else knows the card is Skronk now. But again, I'd only put the cards in the deck 2 days ago and then not looked at the deck afterwards. I just looked down and went, "Oh, it's that one," but it wasn't. So luckily, I saw that one. Okay, played a foundation, end of my turn. Nothing had came of it because Sam had blocked the card regardless. I destroyed a foundation to a Skronk anyway. So all it did was I was down a foundation at that point, and he was fine. Went into Sam's crackback after that. I think this must have been round 3 then. His crackback coming at me, he goes attack, combined firepower, and then he plays his combined firepower's whiff is a problem for him. They hit like 2 attacks or 2 non-foundation cards, as I found out playing a later game.
Okay. Yep.
It gets really big. 2 non-foundation cards between the 2 of them, so it didn't get enough damage. And then he came in with Tri-Gravity Beam. So he was play Tri-Gravity Beam. Look at my hand. I had 2 Heat Rays and a Black Abyss in it. So he went, okay, remove a Heat Ray and swing with the others. Swing with this. I half block and live on 1. So I'm like, okay, I'm on 1. We can maybe do this. Draw, and it's City Rampage, Gently Theft, Satching Stomp, Black Abyss, some random card. I'm like, cool. He's got 1 ready foundation, City Rampage, Gently Theft. He takes that hit. I play Smashing Stomp next to try and bait out any defense. He does use his defense, and the Smashing Stomp blocks it. And then I play the 3rd Gently Theft.
Yeah.
Into the win. And after he showed me his hand, he did actually have a barrier shield in hand, so he could have barrier shielded the Stomp and made playing the Gently Theft harder as well.
Yeah.
So it was one of those, oh wow, we can't believe you didn't do that moments. But that was a good game on webcam. I think it's the first time I've won on webcam for the actual official stream as well. So maybe broken the curse, maybe.
So obviously, so then that means you're 3-0. You go we go have a lunch break. We had lunch at the end of round 3. So then you come back to round 4.
Come back to round 4.
So at this point, you're on a really good run at this point as well, because essentially it's like a 4-2. It's like an easy in.
Yeah, 4-2 was a pretty much easy in. I'm ranked 2nd at this point, and I get put into top place, which is Greg Moss, our EU champion. He walked me up and down the board. He took me outside and beat me to death with a better Chaos deck. Pretty much. I've forgotten what training with Gunhead did. To me, it's just throw hate. But it says +1 speed if your checks are modified. The entire deck just modifies checks. So he was game 1, he played 3 on turn 1 and went, I'm dead. We proceeded to die the next turn when everything had +3 speed. I think it went 2-0 to him. I would need to check. But no, he did just go and walk me. I think in game 2 there was an opportunity for me to blow up the board. I didn't take it, which was a complete utter mistake. And then he just decided he just ran me over. Greg just crushed me to pieces. And then went, your deck's really cool, and I'm going to steal that gunhead card out of your deck. But he was playing a much more Command Pigeon Flock Friend Animals deck than me. I had Deception Dagger in there instead and a Vast Hybrid for more like taking hate cards out of the way to just get your big attacks in. So yeah, it was a very good game. I did learn a lot from it, which is a good thing. And we moved on to 3-1 at that point, which I was all right with. But obviously, I'm like, oh no, nervous. I'm going to go 3-3 now.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Aye, and as you say, like Greg had like this pure killer list.
Yeah, no,
Like
Greg.
stuff was optimized.
He had every way he could get Black Abyss in there, he could. So when you were given +3/+3 to 3 different attacks, on top of City Rampage, on top of Gunhead, you were dead.
Yeah, that's rough. Like, yeah, I don't even think my Godzilla would have a great time against that. We never got to play, sadly, but
Aye.
so you're now 3-1. So you go into round 5. Now the
Going to
pressure
round
starts.
5, and I go and meet Liam on Rodan again. So me and Liam played at the last Nats for a winning in with Karasu versus Amajiki.
Yeah.
I think that game was on camera as well, actually, and it went 2-1 to Liam at that point because my deck decided not to give me attacks back then, and he just built a wall of defenses. This time around, then it was Godzilla into Rodan, and I went, okay, I've beaten one of these already. I know what to do. So game 1, I think I almost accidentally walked into the round wins as the problem here because I went build, City Rampage, attack.
Right.
And at one point, I'm sitting going, did a point at the board, doing maths, looking at his hand, muttering to himself. I'm sitting going, just kind of waiting. I have nothing left to do. I played the attack. That was me. And he went, okay, I'm dead. I lose. I don't have a low block. I went, oh, okay. Thinking minus damage or something here, but no, he didn't. Go to round 2. I sideboard and gently theft and path through walls and everything like that to go and deal with Rodan again. And his turn 1, he builds cape and 3 foundations, and I build pass through walls and 3 other foundations. And go, we found the thing. We're good. And then turn 2, I went for City Rampage, played some attacks, and he died. And I say it like that because I was very surprised by it because I went, oh, I didn't expect that to happen. So yeah, so we beat Liam, so we're 1-1 now. I think it ends. But again, it was a good game. It was a good game, but it was quick. Was the difference? I think all Godzilla games are either an hour or 25-30 minutes. That was it. You're either playing really quick or the game goes long because you had to blow up the board. Actually, I think it was round 1 against Liam. I fought. I attacked. He blocked. It went to his turn. He built 4 foundations with 3 cards in hand. I went Godzilla with Battle Arena in play.
Right,
So I blew up the board, hit Battle Arena, played 2 foundations, went back to him. He just had to rebuild, and that's the turn after I killed him in round 1. And even he went, I shouldn't have built. It was really obvious you were going to blow up the board because you had 3 foundations, and I had 9. So of course you're going to blow up at that point. But yeah, it's like one of the best destructions I had all weekend. But yeah, that was round 5 against Liam.
Yep. So then round 6, who do you play?
Round 6, I get paired to Ricky. You, Paul, an OG player, older than us. He taught us how to play the game back in the day.
Yep.
So no, it was really good seeing Ricky again. He was having a blast. He was playing Mount Lady 3, which I was like, cool, how does this deck play? And he went, oh, it does this. And I went, that sounds terrifying. Pretty much makes 30 damage attacks, picks up Godzillas and puts them through the floor. I'm like, that sounds great. But me and Ricky at that point are, thinking the standings, I'm like 4th or 5th, and Ricky's sitting in 8th. And I go, okay, so I think, Ricky, we need to play. And he went, are you sure? I went, yeah. I go, you're sitting in 8th. I'm in 4th or 5th, and Connor's a problem because he's always a problem. He's on 3 wins, 2 draws. So if he wins his next game, because you're sitting to my left at this point, he pushes everyone down, which might knock you out. Or he goes, I'm totally fine, ID. You'll be fine, Adam. What ID? I went, are you sure? Yep, well, ID. I went, okay. So we ID'd out round 1, confirmed it with Dan the judge, and we just played he took out Mountain Lady 2, I took out my Toga 2 all XR deck, and we just had a fun game. Well, he was sitting sweating buckets on my left hand side.
Yep.
Pretty sure You were brick red at one
Yeah,
point.
we were. There was definitely a different experience between the two sides of that table.
It was a relaxed table, and you're right with people just drawing out, and then you're winning in against Mike, and it was very different.
Yeah, me and Mike's
Very
game
different world.
was not fun. To know people were enjoying themselves while that was happening was a bit upsetting.
Yeah, yeah. So we ID'd out that, and all the games finished, and then I don't know what happened there, but Ricky's luck kicked in. So out of everyone who was 3-1-1 or like you 3-0-2, who could have gotten in, everyone but you and Corin lost or drew again.
Yep.
You won and jumped yourself to like fourth, which pushed everyone below
Yeah,
you.
so I jumped to third.
Including
Yeah.
But Corin's win put him on 4-2. Ricky was on 4-2, but Ricky's tiebreakers, I think, because he went against me and I had a good tiebreaker for the day, kept him in eighth, and I moved down to seventh. So we both stayed in even after IDing, but it meant that everyone else on 3-1-1 lost or drew.
Yeah, because we were saying that during the weekend. I was like, it was such a really risky ID.
Because of the top eight, it was
Yeah,
really, really tight.
because I know
But I
you
was
were starting your game, and I was like, I think you legit have to play this. I says, I mean, the IDing's going to be rough, and then you still confirmed the ID, and for some, like it was crazy to see how many draws happened in that last round. Like,
tons. A ton of people like 3-1-2 or went 3-2 at the 3-2-1 at the very end and stuff like that, or 3-3. It was really wild. Like Emma won her last one, pretty sure, and went 4-2, but because she was 4 losses, she ended on 12 points, whilst me and Ricky were on 13 each.
yeah.
You jumped to 14, which actually ties you up with Greg and Stephen.
Yeah, but my win jumped me up to third.
Aye, which was you jumped away back up because of that, and I think you might have had the hardest day because of how bad your last couple of games
Yeah,
were.
the last few games were like all the worst matchups.
Exactly, but I think when it went to the end of the day, I'm knackered. I drove all the way to here last night, and we didn't have the best sleep the night before, so it was a wee bit knackered. I was also looking forward to just playing retro the next day, regardless of what happened.
Yeah.
Because a retro event, I brought a bunch of decks. I'm going to sit and play retro, have fun there. But then I got from top 8, so I didn't get to play retro event sadly. But yeah, that was the first day. It was great fun. Thoroughly enjoyed all my games with it. And I went to the next day terrified because there's been 2 events since I've been in top 8s. I think it was top 16 last time. No. I didn't do it last time, but I think the time before I was in there, something like that. Can't remember.
So it was last
top
regionals,
16.
no. Then it was Nats. So in the one before that.
I think it was the one before that, and Pat put me out straight away in top 8s.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Something like that, anyway. So we go into day 2. So who did you get paired into? Who was?
So I got paired in the second place, which was Stephen Claxton, or Claxton, as we call him for the rest of this. And I was looking forward to it. So Claxton was happy because his whole goal for the weekend was to get top 8 because he hadn't top 8 before. And all his mates are ripping his bits because they've all top 8. Sam's obviously won the last event and everything like that. So they were going for it. We were like, cool, we're mates. We'll have a good game regardless what happens here. It was my third Rodan because that was it. Suppose he was playing. It was like his 17th Godzilla because I think he'd played every one of them that weekend. Other than Greg, who we ID'd out against at that point. So we sat down to play, and round 1, how did game 1 go? So we sat down to play, we weren't on cam, thankfully. We were off to the side in the corner of the room, and we started off, and round 1 was pretty straightforward. My deck was being a wee bit of a nonsense, was showing me checking 3s, which was really annoying. Yeah. So I believe I lost round 1. Yeah, I did lose round 1. Against him because I only checked 3s. I was doing my head and I was drawn my grey, checking my orange. It was an absolute pain. Trying to stay as long as possibly could, but eventually he did go and just beat me down as Rodan. I think it was this game though that he made a big, massive swooping talent, and to keep myself alive, I went hiding in plain sight, jump into momentum. And he went, "What are you doing that for? Broken Psyche, it's 2 damage now."
Yeah.
Was it 15? Yes, it was.
Well played.
Still didn't win the round, but I managed to get him with that wee combo at the very least in the deck, so I was pleased about that one. Went to round 2, and this is where Stephen made a mistake. So we went just actually on starting off. We shuffled up, I drew my 6, kept it. He drew his 7, put 6 back, put it on the bottom of the deck, and started shuffling it before he drew.
Oh.
Realised he went, "I've started shuffling." I went, "Oh, what have you done, Stephen?" And he went, oh no. And Dan was sitting there, and Dan went, he stood up and got Michael and came back. And I was like, what you probably get done is you get hit with judge damage, you get told to draw 6. You get told to draw 6, and you can't mulligan again, even if you get a handful of attacks. And that was pretty much it. So I got to cut the deck. It was the only extra thing there, and we moved on. I did get game 2 though, off from that one. The deck decided to pay attention this time. And then game 3 was a really, really tough night. Biter. So I draw my open hand. I'm going second. It's 4 attacks, 3 foundations. So it's 4 attacks, 2 foundations. Well, okay, mulligan an attack, put a black abyss in the bin. Draw, foundation. Draw for turn is an attack. So 4 attacks, 3 foundations. I'm like, okay, great. Not what I want, and they're not good foundations to kick off with. It's like Skronk and I'm easily excited, so it's nothing much.
Okay,
so I play through 3 foundations. He goes first, builds 4. I build 3. Goes to him. He attacks. I block 1, take a hit. It's back to me, and I draw again. I've got 6 attacks in hand. All 5 diffs, no city rampage, no momentum. I'm like,
what do you do with this? Yep.
I'm like, right, okay. Play Vast Hybrid. I've got 6 attacks in hand. I've seen the 7th because I put it in the bin. Really high chance I check a 5. So me being me, I check a 3 off the top and I have to commit 2 foundations because I wasn't surprised by this. So play Vast Hybrid, commit down his cape he had. I think he had a cape out. I think it was commit a cape, commit a foundation, and freeze it. Swing this at him. He blocks. Play a Smashing Stomp. Hits him. I think that half damaged him. And then play another attack which half damaged him. So it took him to 11 at this point. Was it 11 at this point? It was. I think it was something like this. I'd taken a wee bit of damage there. Goes back to Stephen. Stephen goes on this. Builds again. And it goes back to me. I don't get any. I get like building extra like 2 foundations or something like this. I attack once. And that's it. I pass it on because my hand's not doing anything else. And I think it was maybe turn 3. Stephen Stupp comes in at me. There he goes. Multiple bites. And becomes like 6 mid for 6. I'm like, okay, take 6. We're fine. We're at 28 life or something like this. Or 26 life. So take 6 mid 20. Plays double fist and mortal flame and get some momentum off it. I'm like, okay, no problem. Block that one. Fine there. It's a third attack again. Oh no, it's going to annoy me if I can't remember his third attack now. I think. No, sorry. It was multiple bites, double fist and mortal flame getting the momentum. Tornado fist. It's the
Jin attack.
So I take the first 2 hits. He comes with Tornado Fist. I block the first time to round Tornado Fist. He echoes it from the momentum. I believe this is an attack string. He momentums it off of his double fist and mortal flame momentum. Hits it with 2 combined fire powers. One of the combined fire powers flips into another one, but he can't activate it because he can't remove again. He could have if he used an incubating, but he didn't really need to. And I'm thinking, cool, okay, well, we're going to take these hits. We'll see what combined fire powers get. They get 3 and 4 each. Sorry, you get 3 each. I'm like, oh, it's plus 6 damage. Okay, I take a huge hit here. Massive hit because it's like plus 4 net speed on the thing. And I go to 9. And I'm like, okay. So he's got 3 attacks in the card pool, 2 combined firepowers on Cross Progressive, and 1 combined firepower in the bin. What else does he have? And he plays Gran Torino's 5 diff. Can't remember his ultra. I think he's Jet Steam Driver or something like that. Plays that. Passes the check, Rodan's away a foundation to give it 2 speed, and then goes respond with combined firepower. I'm going, okay, this is the only chance I'm going to get here to maybe live on 1 because he was committed down, so he's only got 1 ready foundation up that says the commit, give it 2 damage, and it starts at 6. So I'm like, I have no card in the card pool, so he can't do anything there. So I must have not blocked at all then. So no, I've not blocked at all. I've just taken every single hit because I've not been able to block. Sorry. So he can't do this ability to give it self stats. He goes, play combined firepower on a 5, checks a 5. I'm going, okay. He only has to flip 1 non-attack.
Yep.
There's a good chance he doesn't flip any. He flips 4 attacks off the top. I'm very dead. So he cooks me with a final attack string. So it was brilliant last game. Really high tension because it really was RNG for him with the combined firepower. So we had a good game and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. So it was a big hug afterwards and encouraged to go on to win the whole thing as well. So I had a good fun. My deck did what it normally does in top cuts and gives up for some odd reason. It annoys the life out of me, but I was still close at the very end there. Again, if he'd done what happened against Sam and left me on 1 potentially, my hand was 2 gently thefts, and he would have had no defences against it, so he was dead if he hadn't killed me there.
So he just pipped you to the post.
Just got me there. Very last thing. He was sitting sweating absolute buckets at this point, staring. He'd already forgotten in one of the first two rounds to use the combined firepower at one point, which could have gotten more damage on me. It was where he went, play this, remove this card, and then he went, your response? None. Your enhance? This. You. And he went back to your enhance. He went, you've missed combined firepower. He's going, no. But high stakes top cuts.
Yeah, the stress of it all.
I made a dozen mistakes over the course as well when I put Deception Dagger and Hybrids in face down to momentum. This is a Sam game. I did like 15 things wrong. And it was mostly to my own detriment, which is the best thing about it. But that was the Sunday. That had me finishing 7th of the day, which I was pleased with. Happy to get top 8 again. Happy to place again. That gets me back in the leaderboards for top EU players, I guess.
You're closing in on that top 10 list.
Top 4 next time, we'll be fine.
Not bad. So then, obviously, after that, so you didn't then make the retro event.
No,
playing.
Your game ended just in time.
Yeah.
But Stephen took his time killing me, so I just missed it. I was able to give out like 2 decks for people to play or something like that in the event prior to it. So people did get to go have fun play my decks, which I was glad they were having fun with. I think it was Nightmare was away and Amy was away, and people were having a good time playing them. So I never got a chance to. I did get a chance to play a few retro games. Me and Scott played a legacy game, Jada versus Quad G1.
Right.
He asked for it. I didn't allow him to have any foundations at any point. It's Jada. Again, it's not a negative play experience. It's just bad for my opponent. He should be unbanned. Oh, don't let be unbanned. So it was good fun. I also had one of the other guys. I think his name was Sam as well, actually. One of Declan's friends. He borrowed Tira for a game, and I went off and played it. And he said that it was very weird. Like he was up against someone who was also like a reactive deck, so he had a bit of a stalemate. When I walked past, he had like 15 foundations out. He had 3 momentum and stuff like that. And he said just after that, it clicked for him because his opponent attacked a bunch. And instead of reversing, he just blocked. And then at the very end, reversed with a bamboo blind slice. With 3 cards in card draw and 3 momentum. Went your turn's over. Because you can't play anything else into that. If anyone who doesn't know, it's an old card. It's reversal. It's response after your opponent plays an attack. You discard a momentum. So you spend a momentum, new terminology, build a card from your card pool face down ready, and remove their attack from the game. It was totally fair and balanced back then. So, yes, if you've got that time yourself, your opponent couldn't attack anymore. Then went back to Sam's turn, and he annihilated them with like double triggering combo abilities off of cards and stuff like that. So he had good fun. So I was glad someone else enjoyed the deck. And then I wandered around the room. I spoke a lot to the Card Goblin guys as well over the weekend too. So they were Richard and the other chat was a good laugh. I spoke to Brett and everyone as well. Brett, I guess we'll have a very brief interview after this if you want. And I thoroughly enjoyed seeing everyone again. Had a fantastic weekend and loved all the games I played in. So yes, best game of the week was still the Top Cuts game against Stephen though. That one definitely took the cake. And big congratulations to Greg as well for winning. He was staying with us the whole weekend as well, so he did get celebrated thoroughly that night too.
He's part of Team Dobbers now. So, so we had 3 in Top Cuts.
yeah. Which is pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's not a bad record to hold as a team.
Aye.
So bad. So overall, how would you rate out of 10? How would you rate your weekend though?
Out of 10, I'm gonna say 9 out of 10 because I didn't win the weekend. But facetious. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed myself. That was a great weekend. Really needed it actually to go away and have fun with everyone again. It's been an absolute slog recently, so I did enjoy it. It was good. Just sad that the next trip's not for another 3 months, but 3 months of pretending to play Attack on Titan and then go back to play Godzilla regardless.
So, before we wrap up, the last thing is for Attack on Titan, do you have a character you're looking to play?
For Attack on Titan, can't really say I've looked at it terribly much. I'll say why. It would probably be one of the Titan Shifters if it's going to be anyone. I think just to give them a go. Obviously, everyone wants to play Ymir as far as I would think about it because it's just a capo load and throw deck. Annie might be the one I pick out of the lot, but again, Renner and Bert Holt are really good as well. Everyone will be playing Bert Holt, and there'll be the absolute crazy people playing the Bearded Titan and the Ape Titan, trying to do these shift nonsense. So I don't know. It's easy to see what I pick up eventually and see where I wind up with that one. For it, it might just be me taking them a tuned mechanic and sticking different cards in different decks. That might be about it. Other than that, no, I really haven't given it much thought.
Fair enough. Right, well, again, congratulations on placing in top 8.
Thank
And
you.
at
You
some
too.
point, we shall see you in the next podcast.
Yes, it's more likely to be in the next one. If someone doesn't want to turn up, I'll cover that.
Yeah, but thank you very much, Adam, and we'll catch you all on the next interview. Bye, everyone.
Bye.